What is up, everybody? It is your boy Toxie Boyo, and I got some more console news coming at you late, as always. So Microsoft just confirmed the existence and the release date and the price of the Xbox Series S, which is something that's been speculated about for a while. It doesn't look like a lot of people thought it was going to look like it. Leaked, quote unquote, leaked pictures of it that I saw a long time ago had it looking like a crushed down version of the Series X a long time ago. But this is it. This is it, and it looks like a drive-through speaker. You know what? And I'm not gonna feel bad for memeing the design of this thing. You know, we memed the Series X, y'all memed the PS5. It's your turn again. You know, we're just being fair. We memed the Switch. But yeah, so it's gonna be $299. It's gonna release on November 10th. I'm sorry, I just burped. It's also going to be all digital, have 500 gigs of storage, target 120 FPS at up to 1440p, which is actually pretty nice. Support ray tracing, have variable rate shading and variable refresh rate. It'll also offer 4K upscaling for games and 4K support for media streaming. So it's supposed to be less powerful than the Series X, right? But that's actually still really beastly. You know, like for a console that size and for that price, that's really good. I imagine it costs more than that to manufacture these things, but we'll see what happens with that. But what's actually really good about this is that this is a decent alternative to people that don't want to spend $500 but just want a new Xbox, or they just want something that they can play games digitally on. They don't want to have to deal with discs and all that stuff. That's why the PS5 is having a digital model. The thing about it, though, games tend to be bigger when you get them digitally than they are if you buy them on disc. That's just kind of how things work with file compression and all that stuff. Because they don't have to deal with fitting it onto an 80 gigabyte disc. So, keeping in mind games like GTA 5, which is like 75 gigabytes digitally, Modern Warfare, which is like 150 gigabytes. 512 gigabytes is not good. Because you can get a $300 PlayStation 4 right now that has a terabyte of internal storage. And I brought that up on Twitter earlier. Somebody's like, well, this is next gen. And I'm like, well, that's the point. We're moving forward. You would think that for a next gen console, the storage standard should be higher than that. Everything else is actually really impressive. If what they say is true about the 4K upscaling, the 4K media streaming. I have my doubts about that. Consoles have been claiming to hit 4K consistently for a long time, and it's just not always true. However, 120 frames per second at 1440p is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, this is actually kind of like a power play by Microsoft, you know what I mean? Because not only have they announced their second... Well, okay, because the whole thing, it was leaked, right? It got leaked last night, and so Microsoft decided to just go ahead and own up and announce the thing properly, actually show it off. And by announcing the price for not just the Series S, but for the Series X, and at a surprising $499 for the X. The ball's in Sony's court now. Are we going to have a repeat of 2013, where the PS5 was $100 cheaper than the Xbox Series X? Or than the Xbox is that year? Because what would actually be cool is if they sold the PS4, the PS5 for $400 and the PS5 digital edition for $300, because that way you have the digital versions of the consoles directly doing battle with each other. That would actually be pretty cool. And a lot of people have been like, well, why would the Blu-ray drive make up for $100 difference? It's kind of a complicated situation. Like when I was talking about the backwards compatibility situation, there's a lot that goes into a game running discs, and so that I feel like that's why it would be $100 difference. Also, probably to incentivize people to buy the digital version, they're saving a whole $100. But honestly, I know I'm a PlayStation guy. You guys know I'm a PlayStation guy. But like I said, I don't hate Xbox. I've never said I hated Xbox. I don't like the One, but the original and the 360 are amazing. Even after watching the Series X showcase that came out a little while ago, I'm still not convinced to get an Xbox because I can just play all of the games on PC. But this is impressive. Well done, Microsoft. Let's see what happens when Sony responds. Let's see what they rebut this with. But that's really all I got for you guys this time. Let me know what you think of the Series S, the price, the capabilities, all that stuff. Just talk to me in the comments, man. Just talk to me. But with all that out of the way, that's all I got for you, and I'll see you next time.